People tend to overcomplicate fasting. I'll show you what actually matters, what distracts you, how to handle your eating window, and when to eat. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, As Val. And in this video, I'm doing a second Q&A, answering 3 questions about fasting that I've received. 1, what really distracts you from fasting? 2, what's my take on protein bars and shakes? And 3, whether you should eat more than once during your eating window. But before I jump into it, gotta put out that disclaimer. Not a doctor or licensed professional, so you should definitely consult your doctor before fasting. And with that being said, let's start with question number 1. All right, number 1. What distracts you from not eating when fasting? All right, for me personally, it's about mindset. You want to mentally prepare yourself to go through the fasting process, okay? So mentally, you have to be ready to not eat. But the main thing is I like to drink a lot of water, okay? So what distracts me from eating, especially when I first started out, was drinking plenty of water, okay? If I even thought about food or was starting to get a little hungry, I would just down the water a lot, okay? I don't care if it's 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 3 bottles right then, whatever. Cups, just drink water. Drink plenty of water. Put your sea salt in there, especially in your longer fasts. Make sure you're putting that sea salt in for your electrolytes. But the main thing is to just drink water, because you want to flush out all them toxins that your body's pulling from, because your body's pulling fat stores, okay? Your fat storage. So your body will stick a lot of toxins in your fat. So you want to drink that water to flush out all those toxins. So because your energy got to come from somewhere where you're not eating. So your body's pulling it from your fat storage and toxins are coming with it. So you have to drink water to flush it out. So, but it will kill the hunger pains if you're starting to think about food or whatever. Drink that water. And the second part of that is I would tell you to be active, okay? Don't just lay around and think about food, because that's what's going to happen. Because as a society, all we do is eat when we're bored. It ain't because of nutrition or anything like that. A lot of times we eat out of boredom, okay? So be active. So if you start to get a little hungry because you're sitting around watching TV or whatever, get up and take a walk. Walk around the neighborhood, go to the track somewhere, go to a school that has a track and just walk, okay? Do not just lay around and think about food, okay? So that's the biggest thing, is be active and drink plenty of water, okay? That distracted me. So I never really thought about it much. And remember too, is don't try to think about the total fasting time, because you're going to be asleep 8 of those hours, okay? So you just need to worry about the rest of the day when you're up, whether you're at work or if you're a day off on the weekend. Go take a walk, go to the gym, do anything like that to get your mind off of eating, and you'll be fine. But drink plenty of water and stay active for that question. All right, here we go. Number 2, do you eat protein bars or drink protein shakes? Okay, and the answer for me is no, a resounding no. And why? Because protein bars and protein shakes are full of sugar and sweeteners, okay? Look at the package, read the ingredients, okay? They always stick the, especially when they do the sweeteners for like things when they say they don't have any sugar in them, like 0 sugar. Go and look underneath. They have the white tag where it has the carbs, the proteins, and the fats and all that on it. Go below that. And in the small print, you'll see the sweeteners. And it's usually like sucralose or Splenda or aspartame or something like that. And those sweeteners are very bad for you, okay? Those are chemicals that are just not good for you. They mess up your microbiome in your stomach. Like, they're bad. So sugar is bad for you because of the glucose and the insulin spike is going to cause. And the sweeteners are bad because they're chemically going to mess up your body. Okay, it's not good for you. So just make sure you read those that small print. Because I personally I never ate the protein bars and shakes anyway, because I'm just going to eat plenty of meat and eggs for my protein. But those protein bars, man, and those shakes, they are full with sugar and sweeteners. Do not eat them. Do not drink them shakes, okay? They're bad for you, period. Okay, let's go to question number 3. Number 3 says, can you eat more than once within your eating window? For example, 12 to 8 p.m. Or should you only eat once? Okay, let's talk about the 12 to 8 first. Okay, personally, I would not have a 12 to 8 eating window because you don't want to eat that late at night. All right. You want to eat at least and be done. Personally, I want to be done eating by 6. But if you do have a 12 to 8 p.m. eating window and you eat that late, it's going to be bad because let's say you go to bed at 10. So if you ate anything with any kind of spike in it, any kind of carbs or cause a glucose spike, your insulin is going to shoot up and your insulin is going to stay high for at least 4 hours. So if you go to bed at 10 and you last ate at 8, there's another 2 hours your insulin levels are going to be high. So if your insulin level is high, what's going to happen? Those 2 hours you're going to be storing fat because there's no way you're using that energy because you're laying down. So you're not using the glucose from the food as energy. So your insulin level is going to be high and it's going to be storing fat. Okay, so you don't want to eat that late at night. Okay, personally, if you're going to do an 8-hour window, you want to be done eating by 6 o'clock. Okay, so you want to do like a 10 to 6 or a 9 to 5 or something like that. Or if you do an 18 to 6 eating window with 18-hour fasting, 6-hour window, that'd be like 12 to 6. But you want to cut it off at 6 o'clock because you want that insulin level to come back down to where you're not storing any fat at all. And you want to be in a fat burning mode because once the sun goes down, your melatonin hormone is going to kick in and it's going to be high, which tells you it's time to go to sleep. It's time to lay down. Your body starts to relax. So then that way you want to have that hormone level up and then you want your cortisol level to be going down and your insulin levels to be going down. So that way you're not storing any fat. Okay. But as the question says, or should you only eat once? Now, I prefer eating once a day because I want that longer fasting window. The longer fasting window, the more fat you're burning, the more stored fat you're using for energy. So personally, I would eat once a day, be done eating by 4 or 5 o'clock if you can, 6 o'clock at the latest. But like I said, if you're going to do the 8-hour eating window, do it like 10 to 6 or something like that, or 9 to 5 to where you have that long window of eating, but that gives you a little bit more leeway on when you eat. Okay. Cause based on your schedule, you may have to eat earlier or sometimes late at 6, but I would do 10 to 6 or 9 to 5 personally if I'm doing the eating twice. And if you're eating twice, only eat 2 meals. Do not have snacks in between. Eat those 2 meals, high in protein, high in good fat, and you'll be fine. But personally, like I said, I would eat only once and be done with it. And because I want to burn as much fat as I can. And I want my human growth hormone levels to be elevated, which is good for fat burning as well. And makes you look younger and all that good stuff. So, but to answer the question, I would eat once a day. But if you're eating in that in that 8-hour window, eat twice, but be done by 6 o'clock. Okay. That's the way I would handle it. All right, that wraps up my Q&A number 2. Remember, fasting isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. So stay locked in, stay disciplined, and keep learning from your body. If this video helped you, drop a comment below, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Thank you.